Hello everyone, welcome back and thank you again for tuning in. In this new series of videos, we will be discussing provincial nominee programs, especially those that do not require a job offer letter for you to apply. I'll mainly explain the program, the eligibility requirements, and talk about the process as a whole so you have a clear understanding. There are 5 provinces in Canada that do not require a job offer letter. These provinces are Nova Scotia, Ontario, Manitoba, New Brunswick, and Saskatchewan. In today's video, we will be talking about Nova Scotia's labor market priority stream, and then in the following videos, I'll cover all other provinces except Saskatchewan, as I have already covered it in much detail in one of our earlier videos. I'll leave the link to that video in the description below. So without further ado, let's begin. I just would like to cover 3 quick notes before we jump right in. Now I'm discussing a few very important topics and steps in this video, so please watch till the end. Please do hit the subscribe button so you get notified as soon as we upload new videos on a weekly basis. And finally, please don't forget to like this video at the end if you find it useful. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comments below, or you can email it to us at info@bwimmigration.com. I will leave our contact information in the description below as well. So now that we have this out of the way, let's jump right in. Now I'd like to explain briefly how the labor market priority stream work at a high level. There are 2 levels of assessment, federal and provincial. So first, you need to qualify for the federal express entry. All the requirements for the express entry need to be met, such as education, completing the English exam, requirements like IELTS or CELPIP, work experience in NOC 0, A or B, etc. Now as a side note, if you don't know your NOC or how to read a NOC, I've made a video on that and I will leave it in the description below. Now, when you are admitted into the express entry pool, Nova Scotia will then have the option to pick you from this pool based on their provincial labor market needs. They typically have a draw scheduled for when there is a labor market need. Now the first 2 points I've already discussed. Now let's look at some of the other eligibility criteria. The next is having a legal status in the country where you're currently living in, like citizenship or work permit, study permit, etc. For all temporary legal status, you will also need to prove proof of the country where you have permanent legal status. For example, if you are in the US doing your master's program, you can apply to this PNP program, no problem, but you have to show that you have a permanent legal status, say in Africa, for example. Now the next is the proof of funds requirement. Many people get this totally wrong, so let me explain in a bit more detailed fashion so you have a clear understanding. Now you should show proof of funds that you have enough funds for yourself and your family moving with you to Canada. Even if you have family that is not coming with you to Canada, your proof of funds should account for them as if they were coming with you to Canada. So you should consider your spouse or your common law partner, all your dependent children, and your spouse's dependent children as well. Now the next is genuine intention to live in Nova Scotia. Now this can get a bit confusing, as you may ask, how do I know if I'm going to get picked by Nova Scotia? I'd like to increase my chances of getting picked and apply to all the different provinces. And you know, that's totally okay. You can choose all provinces you wish to apply to and leave it to the province to send you the letter of interest. When you apply to the provinces that has issued you the letter of interest, or called the LOI, at that point, start thinking about settling in these provinces. Like, do your research. What is the cost of living? How is the job market? Can I find a job soon? How good are the schools, etc. Now, once you receive nominations from these provinces, you can only accept one nomination. And when you actually accept that nomination is when the real intention to settle in that particular province need to be a genuine one. Now, as I've explained before, you cannot apply to this program unless you have received the LOI from Nova Scotia. They need to pick you from the express entry pool based on their labor market needs. Now, how often do they have these draws? Well, 2 to 4 times a year, I'd say. Please note that not all draws are without the job offer. So in the past, all of these draws actually needed the job offer as a requirement, but they have eased that a bit so more people can qualify. So it may very well be good news for you. Now, they do not have an in-demand list, unfortunately. So there is no list for you to know exactly if your knock qualifies. So you will just have to pick Nova Scotia as a province of choice and see if they need someone with experience in your knock. Now, the application process itself is quite straightforward. You need to create an Express Entry profile as the first step. Keep a lookout for the letter of interest from Nova Scotia in the online system. Then you would apply to the labor market priority stream, meet all their criteria, and provide them with all the documents they need. You will either be nominated or refused. If you are nominated, you have the option to accept that nomination should you choose to go ahead with Nova Scotia. You will get 600 additional points with this nomination. And then finally, you get to apply to IRCC for permanent residence after you will receive your ITA in the next draw because of your high score. Hope you found that video useful, and thank you for watching till the end.